Landing in the USA after an international flight can be exhausting. If you're like me, after a 10-hour flight, the last thing you want to do is spend another couple of hours standing in line. I just want to get through customs and get home. Maybe you've heard of global entry, or perhaps you've seen those lucky people who seem to breeze through customs with their own dedicated line. Getting global entry status, though, can be a hassle. You have to travel for an interview. You have to schedule it months in advance. At least, that's what I thought. Turns out you can complete your global entry interview right after your next international flight at your arrival airport. This is otherwise known as global entry on arrival. I recently went through the steps of this process, and in today's video, I'm going to explain exactly how to do it in 3 easy steps. First, you need something called conditional approval, and getting it is very simple. Go to ttp.dhs.gov and choose global entry. You'll be redirected to create an account, and then once you're in, you can start the application process. This takes 5 to 10 minutes, and you'll need your passport, one other form of ID like your driver's license or ID card, and you'll be asked a handful of basic questions about where you've lived, where you've worked, and the countries that you've visited in the past 5 years. When you submit your application, you'll be charged a $100 non-refundable application fee. But before you click submit, many travel rewards credit cards these days include a global entry credit. So you might already have a card in your wallet that covers this cost. You want to make sure you use that card, and you'll be given a statement credit covering this application fee. If you're interested in a card that covers the cost of global entry, or you think you might already have one but aren't sure, I linked an article below that will point you in the right direction. Now, processing times vary, but in my case, everyone in my family received conditional approval in 24 to 48 hours after applying. It was very fast. Once you have conditional approval, you're ready for step 2, arrival at a participating airport. The cool thing about enrollment on arrival is you don't need an appointment at all, and this surprised me. You just need to be landing from an international flight to a select number of airports in the USA or Canada. International is key here because you can't do this on domestic connections. At the time of filming this video, there are 63 different airports currently offering enrollment on arrival, and it's many of the major hubs you're likely to be transiting through as you re-enter North America. You can check cbp.gov for the most up-to-date list of participating airports. When you land at a participating airport, you're going to follow the signs for global entry on arrival. And now you're ready for step 3, the interview. There should be officers, or at least one officer, conducting global entry interviews. They're going to review your passport, and they'll also want to see proof of residency like your driver's license, if the address is current, or a mortgage, rental statement, utility bill, something like that. They'll ask you some questions, and they'll do some fingerprinting. After the interview, if you're approved, you're good to use your global entry benefits right away. You'll be assigned a number, and you'll also be mailed a global entry card. Just so you know, you probably won't enjoy the speed of global entry this first time when you're going through the interview process. In our case, for example, we re-entered the USA via IAH in Houston, and we had to wait in the regular line before doing our interview. It was an easy decision for us because the nearest interview location is about 3 hours from where we live, and they were booking several months out. So if you do plan on doing global entry on arrival, just make sure you've got enough time in your layover to see this process through. And if this video was helpful to you, make sure you're subscribed for more content just like this. See you next time. Happy travels.